What's going on, everybody? It's Miles again from Rock Cave Strength and Fitness, and I have Leah here to show you movement number 2 that we do on Squat Saturday to target the glute muscles. So this is actually a pair of movements, right? It's a hip circle side step and a hip circle box squat. But just to review, when we're talking about the glutes, they do 3 things, right? Hip external rotation, so knee away from the body, hip abduction, leg away from the body, and hip extension, bringing the hips forward in the squat or deadlift, or pulling the foot back to us when we're running, jumping, things like that. So this movement's really cool because it targets all 3. So the first thing Lee's going to do, she's going to put that hip circle on, just step in it, and then pull it up just above the knees. And then she's going to get in an athletic stance, so knees and hips kind of slightly bent, chest up, and she's going to start walking to the left. What she's doing here is that hip abduction, right? She's pushing out against the band, pushing her leg away from her body. And this is really good for people who have a hard time feeling the glutes and movements like the squat and the deadlift. They feel it all in the front of their legs because basically all we're doing is that hip abduction. We're isolating the glutes to the point where there's no other muscles that you can feel while you do it, right? So it's a good way to get those glutes activated, and then immediately following that with her newly active glutes, she's going to be doing a box squat. The reason we picked a box squat is it allows her to kind of sit back more and keep a nice vertical shin. So with the shin vertical, the knees bending less, which means the hips have to do more of the bending, hence more extension, more glute targeting. And then she's wearing the hip circle because it forces her to push her knees out actively against that band. So she's getting that hip external rotation that we were talking about. So hip abduction, hip extension, and hip external rotation all in one movement. This is a really good thing to do before your squats because it helps cue the knees out. So you notice a lot of people when they squat, their knees cave inward. It's called a valgus fault, or the Rock Cave we call it doing the Tommy Pickles. Google it. But the problem with that is when you do that, you put your knees at a lot of risk. So if you're someone who has a lot of knee pain when you're squatting, that could be why. Have someone video you and take a look and see if the knees are shooting in. But if they are, this is a really good way to fix it because we're cueing the movement, right, by activating those muscles and then reinforcing it in the same movement pattern as the squat. So we do that before or after our workouts. The rep scheme we usually do is 10 steps there and back followed by 10 squats, 8 steps there and back, 8 squats, 6 and 6, and then 4 and 4. We'll do that once or twice at the end or beginning of a workout.